Hello, and thank you for choosing Revivenode. Today, we'll be taking a look on how to install Forge for Minecraft 1.16 and below. We already done a video on how to install it for 1.17 and above, so if you want to check it out on our channel, you can. Or you can just check it out directly on our wiki page. However, the reason there is a separate video is because 1.17 and above has a separate install method. And for 1.16 and below, it's quite easier, but nonetheless, we'll teach you how to do it. To get started, what we'll do is go on to Forge. And for this one, I'll do 1.12.2. Again, anything from 1.16 and below will have a similar method. I'll go ahead and just choose the latest. You can always get the recommended as well, but I'll go ahead and click installer. If you're on Mac, get universal. Once I have that downloaded, I'll minimize here and I'll just drag it to my desktop. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new folder. And for this, I'm just gonna call it Forge. Truly, the name doesn't matter, but I'll just go ahead and double click it. And here we'll get this box right here. You are required to install the client, so you can click OK and I'll install the client for you. We're going to skip that step, however, and we're going to go to install server. I'm going to go ahead and click these three dots, go into desktop, and here I'll click on Forge. You can go ahead and click open and then click OK. And another box will appear saying that it's installing all the required files for us to boot up the server. Again, you do need a client and you need to make sure you have both the same mods on the server and on the client, or else you won't be able to join the server at all. Go ahead and click OK. Final tip is make sure you have the correct mods for that version. We have a separate video on that if you care to watch it. Now that we actually have that, I'm going to go ahead and delete this install file. I'm going to open up this folder, and here what you will see are the following: Forge and Minecraft. We can go ahead and right click on Forge and we're just going to rename it to server.jar. Then we can come in here and open a new zip file. I'm going to call it Forge as well. And what we can do is just input all the files we just downloaded into the Forge zip. Now back into our console, we can go over to File Manager, and I'm doing this on a completely clean install. Typically, it is recommended to do it on a clean install, especially when you're installing Forge. Now, what we'll do is just drag and drop the zip we just created. Should take a few moments. You can also do this via SFTP if the files are much larger. Now we got that done, we can go ahead and just right click it, click on archive, and then once the files are in, we can actually just delete the Forge install. We can go into console and actually start up the server. If you ever get errors such as these, it's quite simple to fix. You need to ensure you're running the proper Java version. Newer Java versions will not work with lower end with 1.16 and below of Forge. It will just crash it. And we highly recommend not using Java 11 either. Just use Java 8. It's the best and recommended version for Forge. Go ahead back into console and start it up. And that's all it really takes to fully boot up the server. It'll create any additional files we need. And of course, make sure to accept the EULA. And just like that, our server has booted up perfectly fine. Hopefully this video was informative. And if you guys like to see any other type of tutorials, please let us know in the comment section. Other than that, we hope you have an amazing day. And thank you for choosing Revivenode.